This message is being broadcast at the request of the Arlington Police Department. A local area emergency has been issued for the following areas: District of Columbia and Arlington County until further notice. At approximately 8:27 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, shots were fired at a fireworks show in Washington, D.C. These shots came from an automatic firearm and were fired at a large group of people watching the fireworks. The suspect is currently unknown, but was last seen wearing all-American flag-themed clothing and red, white, and blue ski mask. The suspect is armed with automatic weapons and is very dangerous. At this time, an estimated civilian casualty count is unknown and will be released by local news when it is known. All residents of the affected areas are highly advised to shelter in place immediately. Lock all doors and windows and barricade all entrances to your home with large furniture. Close all blinds and shades to windows and turn off all lights in your home. Make as little noise as possible during this emergency. Do not answer the door for anyone, even if you know them. If the suspect attempts to break into your home, do anything in your power to defend yourself and your loved ones. This includes lethal force. If you have any information about the suspect or their whereabouts, call 911. More information will be released via local news sources or emergency alerts when it becomes available. Repeating, local area emergency has been issued for the District of Columbia and Arlington County until further notice. This message is being broadcast at the request of the Arlington Police Department. A law enforcement warning has been issued for Arlington County and the District of Columbia until further notice. Over the past 30 minutes, multiple 911 calls have come in reporting break-ins to homes around Arlington County and Washington, D.C. The suspect is assumed to be the same person who shot up a fireworks show in Washington, D.C. More information has been found about the suspect. The suspect is a white male, around 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighs around 210 pounds. He has a muscular build, and was last seen wearing all-American flag-themed clothing and red, white, and blue ski mask. The suspect's name is still unknown. The suspect is armed with multiple automatic weapons such as AK-47s and AR-15s. All residents of affected areas are highly advised to shelter in place and to lock all doors and windows immediately. Barricade all entrances to your home with large objects or heavy furniture. Close all blinds and turn off all lights in your home. Stay away from any windows, preferably in a room with no windows. Make as little noise as possible. If the suspect breaks into your home, defend yourself by any means necessary. This includes lethal force. The suspect is known to kill all residents of homes he has broken into. Defend yourself immediately. Do not exit your shelter until an all-clear is given. More information will be released via local news sources or emergency alerts when it becomes available. This alert will repeat silently every 30 minutes. Stay vigilant, stay safe.
Hello, my name is Patrick. I am the one responsible for the shooting and break-ins, and I have a message for this country. I will not stop until this country and its leaders have learned their lesson. I am sick and tired of corrupt politicians putting the American people last. The people of this country deserve so much more than what is being given to them. They are the root cause for everything wrong with this country, and the people are too distracted and dumb to do anything about it. I want to clarify that I never wanted to do this. I never wanted to kill or hurt people, but I am doing what must be done. I will keep doing this until your so-called leaders don't want to watch their own people die in their hands anymore. If nothing is done, then that should be a clear message to the people that your superiors have no interest in you or your well-being. They only care about money. So, let's ramp this party up, shall we? I have many explosive devices in my possession. I will launch these explosives into the sky like fireworks for all to see. Some will explode in the air, raining down radioactive material onto the people of this country. Others will split like a cluster bomb and fall to the ground onto important buildings and land. There is no stopping me. Mr. President and other political powers, I'm speaking to you. I expect an apology from all of you and for you to reveal all of your secret, corrupt government operations. If you do, I will not launch the explosives and even turn myself in. If you don't, you will watch more of your people die. You have until midnight. Don't try to play games. If just one of those secret operations is not revealed, I will rain hell on this country. Again, I never...
This message is being transmitted at the request of civil authorities in Virginia and the District of Columbia. A shelter-in-place order has been issued for the counties of Arlington, Alexandria, Falls Church, Fairfax, and Fairfax City in Virginia and the District of Columbia until further notice. Approximately 5 minutes ago, a TV channel was hijacked by a person named Patrick, claiming to be the suspect for the shootings and break-ins across the areas of Washington, D.C. and Arlington. It is unknown if the hijacker is actually the suspect, but authorities have to consider the alert to be true. The message also stated that the suspect is in possession of multiple explosives that are capable of being launched into the air, some even containing radioactive material. The suspect stated that the government must expose all of their operations, or he will launch the explosives. All residents in affected areas are to shelter in place immediately. To shelter in place, close and lock all windows and doors. Turn off all air conditioning and heating systems. Seal all cracks on windows and doors with tape or damp towel. Stay in an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building, away from any windows. Take essential supplies such as non-perishable food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a flashlight, a first aid kit, a fully charged cell phone with phone chargers, and a battery-powered or hand-crank radio with extra batteries. Prepare enough supplies to last you and your loved ones at least 14 days. If the explosives are launched, radioactive material may spread across affected areas. Do not leave your shelter for any reason until an official all-clear is given. Tune to local news outlets for more information on this event. This message is being transmitted at the request of civil authorities in Washington, D.C. and surrounding areas. A radiological hazard warning has been issued for the counties of Arlington, Alexandria, Falls Church, Fairfax, Fairfax City, Prince William, Manassas, and Loudoun in the District of Columbia until further notice. A radiological hazard warning means that a radiological incident or hazard has occurred in your vicinity, posing a serious threat to public health and safety. It is essential to take immediate precautions to minimize exposure and follow official instructions for your well-being. At approximately 12 a.m. local time, several explosions in possession of Patrick, the suspect for the shootings and break-ins, have been launched into the air, with some exploding and releasing radioactive materials onto affected areas. The rest of the explosions have fallen to the ground and detonated on many important government and industrial buildings. If you have not already, take immediate shelter now. Being outside puts you at serious risk for developing acute radiation syndrome, also known as radiation sickness. Radiation sickness can be extremely dangerous and fatal if contracted. Symptoms of radiation sickness may occur right after the exposure, or over the next few days, weeks, or months. Seek shelter now. Get to a fallout shelter or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Gather essential supplies to last at least 14 days. Do not attempt to evacuate. Stay in your shelter until an official all-clear message is given. This alert will repeat every hour until the situation is resolved or new information becomes available.
Welcome everyone to CNN. My name is Josh, and welcome to today's show on July 5th. We have a scary headline for you all that happened last night on the 4th. Independence Day is supposed to be a day where the nation comes together and celebrates the day that we got our independence in 1776. But last night, instead of celebration, there was horror. In and around Washington, D.C., a man that goes approximately 26 people died, and another 102 have been injured as a result. These numbers may change in the future, as some victims are still wearing clothing and a red, white, and blue ski mask. The suspect then went and broke into many civilian homes and launched explosives into the air, which exploded and rained down radioactive material onto the area. Authorities have called the event a mocking of the United States by a domestic terrorist. However, another crucial piece of evidence was put out at 10:54 p.m. An emergency alert, aired from an unknown source, was broadcast across D.C. and surrounding areas. The message, aired by the suspect, claimed that these acts were justified because the federal government doesn't care about its citizens and would rather watch them die while stuffing their own pockets with cash instead of care for them. Most of the D.C. area is in a lockdown right now due to this event. What is even scarier is what some are saying about this crisis. Listen to this. This is crazy. Some are saying that this was justified and that it is good that someone is stepping up and sending a message to the corrupt government. I mean, come on, people. This is insane. You are saying that people dying in a mass shooting is a good thing. I think I might go crazy if I keep talking about this. Since some information is yet to be discovered, let's take a short break, and we will be back with another developing story.
Of sympathy the government had for you all last night. They said absolutely nothing. Even with me offering to turn myself in, they said nothing. If you don't know, I wanted the federal government to expose all of their corrupt schemes and operations. For the people that look up to me, this is what you must do to send a message. For the majority that go against me, remember, I never wanted to do this. It just shows me and my supporters how stupid the people of this nation are. You'll watch the mainstream media and they'll call me an evil terrorist while they try to convince you that the government trying to take away your rights is a good thing. Our founding fathers would be sick if they saw the division that has struck this country. Now that you know the government doesn't care about your life, it's time to go after what they value more than their life. This will be my last attempt to convince the government to start caring about their people. After this, you will not hear from me again in a very long time. You won't find me. You won't solve this case. I am always 3 steps ahead.
This message is transmitted at the request of the Baltimore Police Department and other civil authorities in the county of Baltimore City. A local area emergency has been issued for Baltimore City County until further notice. Approximately 3 minutes ago, multiple bombs were detonated across the Baltimore metropolitan area. These bombs were conventional bombs and did not contain any radioactive material. The bombs were detonated at multiple banks around the city of Baltimore. The bombs were powerful enough to completely destroy the building and the bank's vault, while also damaging and sometimes even destroying nearby buildings and killing and injuring nearby civilians. The affected banks include Fulton Bank, Chase Bank, PNC Bank, First National Bank, Bank of America, and the Homewood Federal Savings Bank. All residents within a half-mile radius of any of the listed banks are to evacuate immediately until authorities and bomb squads determine that it is safe to return to your previous location. Do not go near any bank in the city of Baltimore, as there may still be unexploded bombs around the bank. If you go near a bank, you may be putting your life at risk. These bombings are assumed to be a coordinated attack by the suspect who caused chaos in Washington, D.C. If you or anyone around you has been injured by one of these explosions, call 911. Tune to local news outlets and stay tuned to the emergency alert system for updates on this dangerous situation.
Civil danger for the counties of Baltimore City and Baltimore. This message is being broadcast at the request of civil authorities in Baltimore City County. All residents receiving this message are strongly advised to seek shelter immediately. At approximately 7:05 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, an explosive device was detonated at the Harbor Bank of Maryland in downtown Baltimore. This bomb was detonated by the suspect known as Patrick, who exploded many banks around 30 minutes ago. This bomb is a dirty bomb. A dirty bomb is a radiological weapon that combines radioactive material with conventional explosions. This bomb has destroyed everything within a 100-foot radius of the blast, and has severely damaged buildings around the blast radius. The bomb has released radioactive material